it. That's awesome. I'm a little bit scared.
I know it kind of has that mental institution thing going on.
I dig it. Home sweet home.
Oh, this is fun.
What's up, everybody?
What's going on?
This is great. Let's see.
Well, it's nice seeing you guys when we came down to San Antonio. Then I finally got to meet y'all.
I know. You're so cute. I was like, oh, you're so cute.
She is. We snatched her up right off the bat.
If you've never met these guys in person before, they are as beautiful as they are on here. So, you're seeing
y'all are too.
Great people are nice. Great people are nice. Thank you.
No, that was fun. I had fun. The table was long. I was like, guys. So I got out of my seat. I said, let me go on and talk to my girls for a minute.
That's right.
You know those cups with the string? You know those cups with the string so we could talk. Hello, can you hear me?
Oh, yeah.
Hey, but that's a good sign. You know, the more the merrier. Annette!
Yeah. Hey! Yay.
It was fun. It was very fun.
Yeah, and that was cool that since we ate at Fluff's, for everybody that doesn't know, and is it in, like, do you pronounce it Floresville?
Yes.
Okay, because I'm like,
you
never know.
It ain't Floresville.
Yeah.
Floresville. You got it, girl.
Yeah.
Next time. You know? Like Floresville. You know?
Yeah.
Nice country.
Yeah, and so I'm just like, and it was cool because, you know, where we ate was haunted, and it was really cool because, you know, when we were checking out, we were about to, you know, head out. Then I asked, you know, I don't know what exactly I said, but I'm like, it'd be so cool if we could investigate upstairs because it used to be a brothel.
Yeah.
So, and then the lady was like, yeah, you know, y'all can go upstairs, just be careful, you know, and we were like, what in the world? And so I got excited and I ran out because, you know, some of y'all were in y'all's cars already. And I'm like, wagging you down. And I'm like doing this, trying to do like, you know, sign language in the best that I get to, not really sign language. It's more like me just flagging my hands around and acting all crazy. And y'all are like, what?
Finally lost it.
Yeah.
And she ain't just whistling Dixie. She ran out of there, and I saw the look on her face, and I looked. I'm like, what happened? And she starts telling us, they said we can look at it. And I was all like, oh my God.
Yeah. So I'm like, get out of y'all's cars. We're going up. Yeah.
Yeah. So it took no time for us to jump back out of our vehicles and run back in.
Man, I would like to go again when it's cold though, to be up there.
Yeah, because it was
October, November.
It was a sauna.
Yeah.
Dude, let me tell y'all, I don't know how many times me and Georgie have been over there because we like to go to Floresville. We love Floresville. That's one of our hangouts. Sometimes we'll just go and sit in that courtyard where the jail was. So we've eaten at Fluff's, and we're always throwing hints like, oh, yeah, we're paranormal investigators. Oh, or Georgie, you know, I didn't have that much, I guess, you know, I wasn't as strength. It didn't have as much strength, right? And I was like, go for it, Georgie, go for it. So Georgie does it, and, you know, we're throwing out these hints. And they're just like, oh, well, you could call our boss and see if we can investigate and, you know, all this stuff. Pretty soon, hopefully he'll do it every time. And we were just like, what? They got us in! And we were so excited. And I was just thrilled. Because it has been forever that we've wanted to do that. And it was like, you guys made it happen. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And I'll never forget that. And it was cool to get to do it with you guys.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love that you were there. And
Yes.
we got to experience it all together.
Timing.
And one of the spirits up there said my name. I don't know if y'all remember that. Y'all remember that? Yeah. I mean, it was. I don't remember the voice, but I remember it was. Somebody was very. I don't know. They were just George or whatever. I don't know if they were like my friends or something. Somebody that. But yeah, they had said my name, which was pretty crazy, and it was clear. When we played it back. So that was awesome. They were very positive that day. They were very positive, and that was awesome.
And I can play that video clip of what you caught when you went into that little room, that closet next to the bathroom, because you can hear it go like that. Just like that,
like it's stepped up to the microphone.
Yes. Yeah. So I'll play that clip for you guys. It's gonna be it's 1 minute and 12 seconds. Okay. So here, I'll play it.
Yeah. Somebody said my name. I heard it. Oh, you want to hear it? You want me to play it again?
Yeah.
Did he say hot?
I don't know what it said. Sounded like hot.
Yeah.
It's hard to hear, but it's something.
Yeah. Crazy.
Right there.
Yeah. And that was probably the closet.
Oh. Well, someone's in the closet.
Do you like us being here? It's right here.
Someone's in the closet. You know, come out of the closet. I don't know. Yeah, but you could hear it on there on George's recorder. It go, and then but yeah. And then George mentioned that it sounded like someone was saying his name, and it could have been George, or something.
Yeah. Right.
So.
Right.
It was interesting in the fact that I set the voice recorder down, so I wasn't holding it, I wasn't moving it. It was just set down on a piece of 2x4 that was there. So something walked up and did something to it, whether it was like breathe heavily into it or who knows? Maybe I caught an intimate moment or something. There was a brothel,
Yeah.
And it was cool. It was cool how you could tell it was, because I know at some point I had read it was they turned it into apartments or whatever, or something like that. And you could tell like where the rooms were, right? And I could picture it. I could picture like sofas in the hallway and the girl, the waiting room and the fans and shit. I pictured it all. I was like, ooh, this is my place of business. I've been here before. So I just thought it was amazing. And I know, it wasn't as, it's an old building, it's got its, there you go. It's got its little, the fixing up that needs to be done, but that's all old buildings. And it was just awesome. It was just awesome.
It was pretty cool.
Yeah, you can see how wide the hallway is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so they must have had, you would think, furniture in the hall.
And then girls standing outside each door saying, "Hey, come on, man!"
With their
fans. Room number 3. Like I could hear y'all saying that.
Being in their rooms and like looking out their window and hanging out.
Right.
Hey.
Yeah.
Yes.
All in their bustiers and stuff.
That's right.
Yes. Dang, we missed opportunity. We didn't dress up this time.
Not this time. What's up, Adam?
Just
What?
like I said, just want to go back.
We caught lap dances on the SLS in a brothel. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Johnny.
Hey, man.
What's up, Johnny?
Oh my goodness.
Did you catch 35 playing in the background from Warrant?
Now that's Georgie's strip dancing song.
Woo! Yeah. When I get on my
Tony
phone in the other room.
Tony got a pretty good. I think it was Kara that said how hot it was. Had mentioned how hot it was up there, and then Tony picked up the response, the EVP that went, yeah.
Yeah. And I'll need to trim it down to play it on here because StreamYard only allows 200 megabytes video clips.
Like 3 seconds.
Yeah. So I can play it. It's just I would have to hold my mic up to my thing, and I don't know if y'all will be able to hear it, but yeah. But it's like a ghostly, you can tell it's a different from everybody else.
Yeah.
From all of us being upstairs, because it was like a ghostly, like it was weird. It was weird.
Yeah. Girl, that was me walking around going, yeah.
But you could tell it was like a man's voice.
Yeah. No, I'm teasing, but yeah, you can definitely tell the difference, you know? And it's funny how when you hear those EVPs, and George is the one who introduced me to EVPs, blew my mind. And it's like you either hear it behind or on top for me. And it's like, you know, when it's something other than us and the people there, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. It's easy to pick it out because to hear it takes knowing what to listen for.
Mm-hmm.
But when you do hear it, you know that it's an EVP, even without looking at what level it's at, whether at the hertz level. You know it's an EVP just by the way it sounds, because it doesn't sound perfect. It doesn't sound like people talking. You know, it's just weird.
Right.
But I don't know. I like
it. Yes. And I think that is my favorite part of investigating is the EVPs. Mm-hmm. But you brought up a good question in my brain, Carla.
Uh-oh.
Do we feel temperature on the other side? Like they're responding and they're saying, yeah, we're saying it's hot, or, Tony's saying it's hot. And they know it's hot. So does that mean we're going to feel that temperature? That's crazy.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but I can see it being really hot back then as being a brothel with no air conditioning back then.
Right.
It was probably the same way as how we're feeling it, today
that's what
when
I was
we were
thinking.
up there.
Yeah.
That's the thing, like maybe they remember that it used to be hot, like when they were alive and they're waiting for their turn. Like, man, it's hot up here. I want to get it done already. And
right. And then you have the kitchen downstairs and that hot air rises. And, I guess I was so excited. I didn't feel it until later when I was already coming down off my high. You know what I mean? And I was like, all right. Fucking sweat's running down my ass. I gotta get home.
Swamp ass walking around with swamp ass. Yeah.
But that was one thing that I remember all of us were trying to get. Hi, Jackie.
Hi, Jackie.
All of us were trying to get all the spirits to come so we could get cooled down.
Cold spots.
Oh, yeah. That's a good idea. Yeah.
Everybody gather.
Yeah. Just start swirling around, dancing around us, Yeah.
Yes.
And then we can get some air conditioning going,
Yep.
It makes me wonder how many were up there. You know what I mean? How many spirits were up there? And if they come and go, no pun intended. But you know, like if they move freely to other places and come back, you know, and I mean, if it's still a brothel in that time, then I get why there's spirits there,
Right.
you know, but not in our time.
Boot sweat.
No, and
Oh,
Lord,
Ooh,
bring out
right.
the ice.
Dude,
Yeah.
and then you're there with these guys and they're all like, ooh, you're so sexy, and you take your corset off and all this water spills out. That's gross.
Well, this is turning.
we need to put up a different rating real quick.
No longer PG-13. We're rated R now.
Yeah.
No, rated X. No, I'm just kidding.
There we go. NC-17 in the house.
Oh no.
You know, I really enjoyed meeting your other teammates, man. They were sweet. They were really nice. Some of them I didn't get to talk to as much as the others, but dude, the ones that I got to talk to, like really talk to, they were really sweet. Jackie's one of them. Oh, Carla introduced me to her artwork, and I was just like, oh my gosh. So if you guys haven't seen it, go check out Jackie's artwork, man.
We got
this whole team. This whole team is amazing. It is. They are. Y'all are amazing. I mean, fun, nice, sweet people. Sweet.
Yes.
People. And I'm glad that I got to meet all of y'all. And I know I met Carla and you know, but before, but I mean, just the fact that y'all are all together, you're all the team, and y'all just hanging out. And we got to experience that. It was an amazing thing. Y'all are all beautiful people, very much so. So if you get a chance to meet them,
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Because I thought the same thing.
Wow. Yeah.
But I can ask for a better team with you know, all of these wonderful people here, and
Right.
we're all just a little small group from Texas, you know, just doing our thing. So
I like the idea that we all can like collaborate and say, hey, we're going to be in San Antonio, or hey, we're going to be doing this, and come join us. And stuff like that. I like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hell yes.
Yeah. And we'll definitely be back.
Oh yeah.
I am looking forward to our trip together.
We still have to figure out October, so maybe that would be the nice cooler time.
Ooh, yeah, Rocktober.
Do spooky stuff in San Antonio.
Do it. Let's do it.
Adam's just grinning ear to ear.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
So let me. How was the hotel? Was the hotel nice? Was it?
It was a nice hotel.
It's been so much before it was a hotel. It was, you know, that the history of it was just crazy, and you know, I think it was a hospital, and then usually everything winds up being an old folks' home somehow. You know, I don't know why, but it was like you go down the list. It was like tuberculosis hospital, old folks' home. You know, but that place is I mean, rated 3rd in the world from CNN as most haunted. Yeah, that's crazy. Did y'all have anything happen there?
I think we got more of our EVP type stuff in the basement, or what was the basement that they've renovated into just a lower level.
Right.
Is where we got most of our stuff. We did get one of the guys, remember when he took us up the stairwell and out the door?
Yeah.
Up the top, like the very top floor, but out the door, out the stairwell, like a emergency exit or something like that. And he said that they get a lot of noise or EVP type stuff in the stairwell.
And this is the Emily Morgan.
The Emily Morgan.
Now, if it was a hospital and you guys got some activity in the basement, was it the basement, or was it at one time the morgue, or was it like those tunnels that they took them down through? That would be interesting to find out.
I think one of the workers, and you guys can correct me, I thought one of the workers said that the basement was the morgue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's maybe why there was more activity, right?
And that, like, I thought like there might have been a lower level than that, but it's the fact that how the Menger has that tunnel underneath it, and I thought like
Right.
the basement was that like there might have been something underneath further down, and I was hoping that we would have stumbled upon something like that, like what's behind, like how Terry was egging us on, like
Yeah.
they didn't say no, he just said they wouldn't advise it or something like that, and Terry's all like, let's go. So,
Yeah, if nobody tells us
you know,
no, then it's assumed to be let's go.
Right.
Right. Yeah. I say
Ooh.
that.
I think it was the 14th, wasn't it, Annette? Or
Yeah, we were on the 14th, and they said like we kind of got conflicting information. Like the
Yeah.
guy that took us into the elevator, and had he carried our luggage and stuff for us. The bellhop boy, or I don't know what you call him, but
Yeah.
and I'm just thinking Tower of Terror, the bellhops. That's what I'm thinking. Okay. And so when he was telling us that the 14th floor was like the recovery section, but then the one of the managers or something said it was the crematorium. And then like on the 12th floor, because they skipped 13, really the 14th floor is actually the 13th floor, isn't it?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so on the 12th floor, I think that was like I forget, I had it all.
Wasn't it like surgery?
Yeah, it was either surgery, and then the 7th floor was like for
I can't remember.
what is it? Mental patients.
That's it. That was it.
I forget what you call it.
Like a psychiatric.
Yeah, like it's a psychiatric floor. It's the 7th floor.
I got a question, if I may. Did they talk about the murder room? The room where that guy killed his wife or girlfriend or something like that?
Oh, nobody did bring that up that I'm aware of.
What was
Yeah,
the
they
question?
were.
I'm sorry.
Was that?
What was the question?
Did they talk to you about, or did anybody tell you about the murder room where that guy killed his wife?
Yeah, that's on the 14th floor.
Is it? Wow.
Isn't that where he killed his wife?
Yeah, and
Like
I heard.
violently?
Yes, violently.
Yeah.
There was blood all over the place. It was supposedly a very horrific scene. So,
Remember you guys when that husband and wife or whatever they were came out of their room and they were very, very happy. I don't know if they were drunk or what the deal was, but they were waiting for the elevator and he was trying to explain that they were in the room that happened in. And she's like, no, don't listen to him. Don't what he's talking about. But then we start hearing the story and it's like, huh, I bet he was in that room.
Right. Uh-huh.
But we don't know anything more about that story.
Well, I just it was horrific.
What's that?
Well, because like when I was in the elevator with him and his wife, like he was saying that a year ago that night that either somebody shot the guy or he killed him or he shot himself by accident and he died in that room.
Oh.
And supposedly that night was like I think it was like the 1 or 2 year anniversary. Yeah, of that happened to that guy.
I wonder if they ever experienced anything.
I wonder if it was a ghost the whole time and they were the couple.
I found it. I found the story. So let me see.
Oh, look at her. Research queen.
Well, I remember I talked about the story when we were down in the basement area of what happened because the lady was stabbed to death. Yeah. And the incident happened on April 10th, 2008. And it says, inside a downtown hotel room, and this is off of expressnews.com, just to put that out there, just in case. Okay.
Yeah, right.
It says, inside a downtown hotel room early Thursday morning, as police officers yelled from the hallway to open the door, authorities said Juan Gutierrez plunged a steak knife into a woman. What began as a routine disturbance call, a man and a woman arguing at 2 a.m. at the Emily Morgan Hotel, quickly escalated into a much more violent attack. "He's stabbing me," Elvira Hernandez Marino screamed, prompting officers to kick at a door that refused to budge. "We don't need the police right now," Gutierrez yelled, according to a police report. "Everything's okay." "Step it up," officers told backup units as Hernandez Marino's screams grew fainter. The struggle inside room 810 of the hotel at 705 East Houston Street, across the street from the Alamo, finally ended after the officers shot Gutierrez, who police said continued to stab the woman after they broke into the room with a battering ram.
Wow.
Hernandez Marino, 45, was pronounced dead at the scene. Gutierrez, was 39, was pronounced dead at Brooke Army Medical Center.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Mm.
Wow. That's wild.
Susan, in the comments, the hospital, it was a medical facility, the Emily Morgan Hotel, prior to it being a hotel, was a medical facility.
Supposedly there was also a nurse that hung herself somewhere in there. I mean, I don't know if that's rumor or what, supposedly.
I'm looking it up. Let's see.
Stay tuned.
Yeah. Let me log into the FBI archive. No, just I'm just kidding. All of a sudden, I get
like
the FBI at my door.
The CSI with all the screens in front and pulling up all the information.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
I don't know if it was real or if it was just old wives' tale or whatever you want to call it. But supposedly there was a nurse that hung herself.
Wow.
In one of the floors. So, I mean, just downtown in general has had a lot of crazy history.
Yeah.
You know,
we stayed at that one Holiday Inn, George.
Yeah. That was the jail. That was the old San Antonio jail. And that place was interesting.
You got to think about it. I mean, the Alamo's right there. Like right there.
Right.
So there's probably a myriad of things that happened all around that area.
Oh yeah. And
lobotomies were performed at the Emily Morgan Hotel, apparently.
What was?
Lobotomy.
Oh.
Yeah, that's probably on that 7th floor. So, the psych unit.
According to AlamoCityGhostTours.com.
Kudos.
Yeah, because I don't want,
Yeah, right.
Yeah. And so they put on here lobotomy being performed, not uncommon here. And it says the haunted Emily Morgan Hotel is renowned in Texas for its hauntings, especially on the 7th, 9th, and 14th floors.
Woohoo!
Oh, there you go.
These areas were at one time employed as a psychiatric ward, a surgery area, a waiting space, and a morgue. See, there's all sorts of different stories of what was what.
Yeah.
Guests have reported various paranormal phenomena, such as feeling something cold brush against them, lights flashing in their rooms. We had some flickering in the basement. And apparitions of nurses pushing gurneys down the hallways.
Oh, wow.
That would have been really crazy. That would have been good. The hotel's swimming pool is rumored to be, now this is a rumor, and they mentioned this when we got there. The hotel swimming pool is rumored to be made from stainless steel, typically found in the operating rooms of medical facilities, which may explain some of the hauntings. Okay, I can see the metal.
Yeah.
That. But the haunted history of the Emily Morgan Hotel doesn't stop there. In addition to haunted sightings, guests have reported experiencing sudden chills and unexplained movements of objects in their rooms. The building was also used as a morgue during World War II, which adds to its eerie atmosphere. And then they talk about scary elevators, which they are kind of scary. And I must mention Kara taunting them to tell them to stop the elevator while to get some of us stuck in the elevator, and that she would pay them $5.
That was Jack, Tony.
Yeah, Tony and Terry.
Ooh.
For Tony and Terry. Yeah.
They were getting tired towards the end of the night or early in the morning, really, is what it was. And so that they were going to go in the elevator, go up to the room. So Kara is downstairs saying for one of the spirits to go stop the elevator mid-floor.
Dude, that's happened to us, right, Georgie?
That happened to us downtown.
For real.
What?
At like 3 o'clock in the morning or something. Wasn't it about 3 o'clock in the morning, I think?
And it used to be in the old mix, right?
Yeah, it was originally, from what they said, it was part of what hospital? The Knicks. The old Knicks hospital. And apparently it was, they said, part of the morgue or something like that. Were you there, Adam? Did you go to that one?
I've heard of that before.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, they had go ahead. They had turned it into a nightclub, and then they turned it into a restaurant, and they had this elevator that would only carry like 1,000 pounds or under. This elevator was old.
And I think it was the elevator that used to take the bodies to the morgue.
Yeah.
That was probably the elevator that we went into. The one that's like the maintenance elevator.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because it has the front and back door.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. And I think we overloaded it. You know, I'm a big guy. I mean, I admit it. And there was what, like 5 or 6 of us in there?
There was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, 5 of us in there plus equipment. I'm like, no, I think that's too much. I'll wait till the next one. No, come on. So we got on, and it was like, it started going down, and then it didn't stop. And it just continued down and continued down. And we wound up, if you're familiar with downtown, there's a Joe's Crab Shack. And we wound up in the kitchen area of Joe's Crab Shack, and the doors were locked. So we had to.
We were stuck in there for 2 hours.
What?
We wound up calling the fire department.
Oh.
And they called the manager for Joe's Crab Shack and opened the door at and the fire department was fine, but the manager looked so pissed off.
Dude, and here comes my ass walking out with 4 guys stuck in an elevator. Can you imagine what they thought was going on in there? I thought, no, dude, we're just ghost hunters. I said, but who wants to play speed? And the fireman's like, I'll play speed. All right, you be Keanu Reeves and I'll be Sandra Bullock. In the beginning, when they're trapped in the elevator. But yeah, it was just so crazy because we did not go thinking anything like that would happen. And just, we were pissed at ourselves that we didn't do an EVP session. I think I was cool. I was just like, dude, we ain't got nothing to do. Our kids are there. You know, some people don't have kids. My kids are taken care of. We'll stay in here for a little bit. But COVID came into play, and I thank you because I couldn't smell.
Oh.
I couldn't smell anything. Yeah. I already had COVID, but it's still like to this day I can't smell anything, right? And we're stuck, and it supposedly it stunk in there because they would take the garbage down through there. I couldn't smell. I said, "Oh, okay, COVID, you win the day." Other day,
I was more worried about where am I going to pee when I got to pee.
No doubt.
I was like, everybody turn around because, or look if you want. I don't care. But it was like, but it wasn't scary or anything. It was just hot. And the floor was very sticky.
It was a trash flow.
That reminds me of an Office episode when Dwight gets stuck in the elevator and he's like, turn around, don't look. And he goes and he pees in the corner. Yeah.
That was an experience.
I'll tell you what, some people started panicking. I'm sorry, Adam, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Not me.
What this is going to go in another direction, but go ahead.
Oh, just that some people started panicking. And some people wanted to play what was it? Some people were playing like looking at their phones, playing 911 calls from people stuck in elevators. And other people were panicking, and I'm just like, look, there's a piece of crap lock on the other. I don't want to kick the door open, but I will if I have to. I mean, screw it. What are they gonna do? But yeah, people were. I mean, some one guy in particular was panicking a lot. I mean, he started panicking pretty good, and I'm just like, calm down, man. But I kept smelling. You know how elevators have a brake built into them to stop the elevator? Well, this one didn't stop the elevator, and you could smell the brake.
Oh, like a burnt, smoky metal thing. No, that's not good.
No.
And I was like, I smell brake burning, but it's whatever.
But at least y'all are at the bottom floor, so it's not like it can't go any further down. So at least it didn't like break loose. You know what I'm saying? And then you're all like, "Woo, terror!" But nothing's catching me now. Nothing's catching me.
I will haunt this place.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
That never ride an elevator with Catherine again.
I started like, I don't know, dancing or jumping or something, and then I was like, I'm gonna stop doing that in the elevator because you could feel it go boom, boom, boom. I'm like helping pushing it down. Nope.
Oh my gosh.
But those things were rickety. You could hear them. Like while we were sleeping. Oh, sorry, Adam.
I forgot. I was coming down the elevator. I think it's from y'all's floor, and I got in. And I think like 2 down, like some girl got in. And I was standing to the back, and she was standing to the right of me. Then like these 2 guys got in, like I think the next floor right under her, and then one guy was facing the buttons, or that it's you walk in and you stand right there, and he's facing the wall.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's facing that way, and I'm facing that way.
Oh, weird.
And his right side is to the elevator doors, and he's standing there. We're all just waiting, and it's going down. It stops by itself at a floor. Nobody pushed that button, and it stopped at that floor. The doors open, and then like the floor was me, that girl, and those 2 guys. Like we all like look up, like if we're waiting for somebody to come in. And nobody came in, but as soon as the door closed, that guy that was standing right next to the doors, like his phone, like started playing music, and like the guy next to him was all like, "Is that your phone?" It's all like, "Yeah." The guy takes out his phone. It's all like, it's playing music by itself. It's never done that before, and just random song just started playing on his phone right there. Like the guy that was closest to the door.
Something came in.
That's crazy.
Awesome.
And then triggered his phone.
Mm-hmm. So that was pretty awesome.
Oh wow!
And
that would be crazy if it started playing like "Sympathy for the Devil" or something.
Oh my gosh! I wouldn't mind if it started playing Grinning Ghosts.
Yeah.
Haunted Mansion or something. But Tony, she also mentioned in here that, when she got in the elevator by herself, it stopped on the 7th floor and she didn't push that button and it opened the doors and no one was there. And then it continued on.
And that's when Kara was in the basement saying, go follow Tony into the elevator and stop the elevator.
That's awesome, man. That it actually did that.
And Tony mentioned that because she ended up going, to bed before us, and that's when Kara was messing and saying, go mess with Tony or whatever. And so Tony, she gets into bed and she hears like someone's coming into our room, but no one was there.
Like the lock on the door or whatever.
Yeah.
Anytime, Tony.
Yeah, Tony. Yeah, Tony's like, yeah, thanks.
I will tell you this, that I had a family member that worked there. Oh. And he would tell me some stories. Like one day it was just him and this other girl behind the counter. He's the one that would check you in. As a matter of fact, he became a manager for the place. And he was behind that counter there where everybody comes in to check in. And one of those wagons that they put all your clothes, your suitcases on.
Luggage cart, yeah.
Yeah, a luggage, came rolling out, but it wasn't pushed. It was like rolling, and you could hear the from the wheel.
Oh my God!
As it rolled out, and it rolled right into the middle of the whatever you call it, and
lobby?
Then the lobby, the common area, and then it stopped. And him and this other girl were working, and they were both standing behind that counter. He was telling me, and you could hear somebody take a really deep breath. Wow. And the girl looked at him, and he kind of looked over, and he's like, "Don't pay any attention to it. Just keep working, because you're going to hear it a lot." So stuff happens there all the time, and I mean. He's the one that told me about the bubbles in the bathroom. The guy that checked in, put his luggage down, walked in the bathroom, walked out, walked back into the bathroom, and there was bubbles all over the walls from floor to ceiling almost.
Like bubble bath bubbles?
Like soap bubbles.
Wow.
And just, like 30 seconds to a minute before, there was nothing. So, he said that all the time people would call him up and tell him, look, I need you to come up here now. And like they would tell him, I set my suitcase down, walked in the bathroom. When I came back out, my suitcase was open and all my clothes were thrown on the floor.
Mm. Oh.
And he's like, people would walk in, they'd be there about 30 minutes an hour, then they'd walk down and check out.
Wow.
Because they're like, no, I'm not dealing with this. So that place is the real deal.
Well, remember you guys when it was like night shift or third shift or whatever you want to call it, and the girl that worked the front desk had told us that she turns off the lobby music so she can hear what's coming through the door, the opening doors, the front doors when they open. But because she turns off the music, she hears the voices and it scares her. And then wasn't there a guy that worked the night shift too that does like a floor check or just goes up and does a check, that somebody was saying that he carries a rosary with him? Right.
I thought it was the security guard that they said did that. Yeah. Did his rounds and check the doors, and what he walks around with. That's one of those.
That's got to tell you something right there.
And isn't it crazy how we're like, look for it. We run towards it. And these people carrying around rosaries and scared to hear voices. That just boggles my mind.
Yeah.
How you can have people that are here and here. Because I have friends and they're like, girl, why are you messing with that? Something's gonna happen and this and that. My mom too, she's all, Madeline, something's gonna happen to you and da, 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 da. And I'm like, Mom, nothing's gonna happen. I'm not scared, you know. I'm not saying if something happened, like the devil showed up, that might scare the hell out of me. And it's just like, and there's people, and there's nothing wrong with being afraid of it, and there's nothing wrong, but I just find it so odd.
Yeah.
Right. I almost applied. That was one of the places I wanted to go work because it was haunted.
Right.
I just didn't want to work there because I wanted to hunt. I wanted to ghost hunt there, you know.
You wouldn't get any work done.
You just see Georgie during a job interview there. The only thing like added onto the resume is like ghost hunter.
Right. I ain't scared of no ghosts.
Yeah.
What are the great aspects to you working here? I ain't afraid of no ghosts.
That's right.
That was the very end. They're like, so why do you want to work here? You know, for sure. What's your goal? Ghost hunt.
Right.
Being honest.
Yeah. Like, what do you bring to the table? Night vision cameras and voice recorders, and the will to succeed at finding your ghosts. That's what I bring.
Yeah.
You know, that kind of thing.
You'd probably be the first to opt in for graveyard shift.
Oh yeah, I would. I've worked graveyard before. I'm okay with it. I'd be telling y'all what goes on. Heck yeah, I would.
It's like George can be working at the Emily Morgan, and I'll apply again at the Menger Hotel.
Nice.
Or at the country.
I remember you telling me you worked there, Adam, at the Menger. I remember.
Yeah, that was 2010. I worked there for like 6 months.
Anything?
No, I the only thing I got was orbs and a tunnel. That's about it. But
is that the underground?
Yeah, right. The tunnel that's way down there. Yeah.
That would be fascinating.
Because like it I happened to catch it as I took 3 pictures. You know, just one right here, one right there, and then one on this side. And it's like you see it in the one picture right here, and the second picture right here, and the third picture like on the other side. But unfortunately, nothing happened. I mean, people would tell me stuff that they saw or that they experienced, but for myself, it's like didn't see nothing. But I
were
was
you
thinking,
asking for it? You know.
Yeah.
The what?
I was just saying, but were you asking for a sign or anything? Because if not, sometimes they'll just not do anything because you're not asking.
Well, cause like the shirt I had, like it had like the 2 pockets down, but like by the waist. I'd carry like my digital camera with me in there, and then when I was alone, I just
okay.
Snap pictures. But I mean, I would like to try to. Well, just because how we tried to get into the Menger, and there wasn't enough room for all of us, and we switched to the Emily Morgan. So I was thinking maybe next time we can try the Menger, see if there's room for us all.
So that's your October. That's your October homework assignment.
Right.
Dun 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 dun.
Hey, I went in on this, man. Hey, it would be cool if y'all stayed at one haunted place and we stayed at another haunted place, and one night we go. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It'd be cool.
Yeah.
I would love that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, Jackie's up for it
Jackie's
too.
up for it.
Well, I feel like if I would have to like book that early, it was for the Menger for during October. I feel like it might get booked really fast.
Right.
But,
Now,
what
the Menger Hotel. There's one place it's a balcony that's not very well known to people. Adam's already smiling like he knows what I'm talking about. I don't remember it's in the second floor, but we went out there and it was just big enough for about three or four people, and it faces the courtyard, and that we got some great EVPs there.
Really?
I mean, you would think it's out in the open, but it's a courtyard. But we got some, I mean, intelligent answering EVPs at the Minger.
Are there specific floors that are more active than not at the Manger?
I know, like the second floor is more haunted than like the other floor, the first floor, because there's that lady that used to work there at the Minger that was killed by her husband. I think like in the late 1800s.
Yeah.
Like it said, like you could still see her like walking around the hallways, like if she was still attending to her work.
Oh wow!
And then that guy that was it the guy that died in that one room, the King Ranch room. Like his ghost is spotted there, and even like Tony Roosevelt spotted in bars sometimes.
Yeah. Theodore Roosevelt. There's supposedly a Rough Rider, one of Theodore Roosevelt's Rough Riders, that they see in the bar.
In the bar.
Yeah, in the bar. And I've been to that bar.
That I've heard they say you got to go in the bar. You got to go in the bar.
Yeah. That bar is not big, but there was a lot happening when I went.
Wow.
I'm just saying, and it wasn't paranormal. Woo! Yeah. That's just say a good time was had by all.
Yeah. Okay then. Yeah, you guys were talking a little bit earlier about Maddie. I think you brought it up about the differences between people that are afraid of the paranormal, and then there's other people that just dive in head first. And it's just like, and we've brought this up before, where you'll hear stories about people that will go in and ask the spirit, touch me, come see us, do something to show that you're here. And then when they do, the people freak out and run. And the spirit's probably like, I just did what you asked me to do.
And Carla, I've gotten more activity with, I don't know, I'm hoping it's not just in my head, people touching my hair. Yes. But that's usually what I'll say, touch my hair or something like that. And I know it happened one time on Halloween over in La Vaca, the La Vaca County Jail. But I can't get that damn flashlight to turn on. That's my goal. You got to teach me, Sensei.
Yeah.
Make that flashlight turn on. But the touching, if I say touch, are you touching my arm? Are you touching my hand? I can feel that. But, other parts, they're just not, it's just not there.
It's just an energy, and how your energy blends with their energy. So, yeah, I got to start telling them, touch me. Touch me in the morning. But I got to admit, in one of my first investigations at the Nazareth Hospital in Mineral Wells, I took a couple of my neighbor friends, and we'd never been on an investigation before. So this was kind of like one of those where you sign up and then you just show up, and then you take the little tour while it's still daylight of the hospital. And then they let you go off on your own for the rest of the night, type of a thing. Right. Well, we were the only ones on, I think it was the surgical floor at the time. And everybody else was just in different places, but we were the only ones on that floor. And we went into this one room that looked like it might have been like a like a lunchroom or something where doctors and nurses would gather and have something to eat or whatever. And we went in there and we were just asking if something was there, and we had our phones with us and kind of doing the Avala stuff with our phones, and we just got this name Robert, and then we got nothing else, and then there was no other activity, no other words or anything coming across. So we just decided to leave and continue down the hallway, and we did that. Then as we were coming back, we started to pass that room again, and I swear to God, all three of us are standing there together, and we heard the footsteps running towards us, like big time running towards us. And we screamed and we all ran. We ran to the exit because the only lights in the place were like the exit, the red exit light type of a thing. And of course, so it's a doorway into a stairwell that we had to go down. And all three of us are trying to get through this door jam at the same time, and we were not going anywhere.
Comedy paper.
One of my friends was like, I don't want to be lost. No. And it just kind of got worse from there. But as we finally pushed our way, like, it reminded me of a tube of toothpaste. Through the door, we got to the stairwell, and then the techs that were working there, the investigators, were running up the stairs because they saw us on the screen running. So they wanted to make sure we were going to be okay. And they're like, are you okay? And it's like, well, I don't know. And we explained everything. And they said, we saw you on tape. And then we were thinking, oh my God, how embarrassing. Little girls and stuff like that. That was, I mean, I get it. Until you.
Yeah, and you know, the thing with like, you know, Yorktown, and they'll warn you, right? And there might be some people that aren't supposed to be in here, you know, just be careful. And it's like you're hearing footsteps in the dark.
Yeah.
My automatic feeling, even though I'm saying ghosts come talk to me, would be somebody else is here that's not supposed to be here, you know? Because I'm hearing doom, 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 doom. And I'm like, what the hell? That would be my brain.
Yeah.
And so when the toothpaste finished, you know, when I finally got out, I'd be like, oh man, that was awesome. You know, so I totally get it. I get where you're coming from. Yeah. Our brain plays tricks on us, man.
Yeah.
It's just like how me, Kara, and Terry were up in that third floor of the jailhouse where they hung the inmates. And I know for a fact, I wasn't saying anything. Kara wasn't saying anything. Terry back there wasn't saying anything. And I played back those different clips, and you hear different voices, different sounds, and you know, we knew for a fact it wasn't none of y'all down there. Y'all were on the other side. We had that big steel door closed. It's a cool feeling to know that you got these voices on audio right for then. Sure. You know, it could have been like right there next to you or 2 feet from you.
Yeah.
And you have them recorded. It's like, what?
Yeah.
How cool is that?
The EVP is probably the ultimate. If you can't physically hear or see something, that's like your confirmation.
I get it. When we went before y'all, we talked about this. Probably about a month. It was about a month before they went. Right?
At the beginning of the month, and then they went at the end of the month.
Yeah. So I got singing, and it's very clear. See, I played that. I gave you that EVP, Maddy, didn't I?
Yes.
Of the singing, and the person is singing, and excuse my language when I say this, but it was singing. Sometimes it's fucking hard in here, like that. I mean, and like I said, excuse my language, but that's the EVP. And not only that, but I also caught a woman's voice and a man's voice. Her calling his name and him saying "What's up" to her, like they were conversating above the singing. Wow. So it was that place was amazing. I mean,
so Was that more residual then, you think?
I
Were they carrying
so.
on a conversation regardless of what you were doing?
I think so. I think they were. Now, we did catch a voice, and we heard it. This was audible. This was disembodied voice, loud, and the voice. I mean, I was standing next to a net. We were on the third. No, we were on the second floor, where the females were, and the voice clearly says, "Get in here!" Just loud. I mean, you could hear it like that.
Wow.
And I looked at her and I was like, "Did you hear that?" And she's like, "Yeah." So we ran right away to see if the girls were all using like an Ovilus or one of those kind of devices. I'm not sure. But no, they thought it was me getting mad at them because they were too loud. Yeah. And that says so loud. And it's true. And I mean, we were like, no, that wasn't me. And I was like Adam when Adam was there with y'all. I was the only guy in the group. And so if it wasn't me, disembodied voice,
Yeah.
it was amazing.
Wow.
It was very amazing. And that's why I want to go back.
Right.
Yeah.
That was great. That place was great.
Yeah.
We'll have to work on we'll have to work on October.
Yeah. Yeah.
When it's,
I'm down.
40 or 50 degrees cooler.
Yeah, definitely. We can all get together again.
Yeah.
It was what's cool about that place is now it's got AC. Now that the jail has AC. Where the very first time Maddy and I went, it was not. It had no AC, and it was during like summer. I mean, you were sweating nads, man. It was terrible.
And they did a great job with renovating that place because I'll show you guys, I'll send them to y'all. I have old pictures of what it looked like when we went the first time.
Oh, wow. That would be great.
I mean,
that'd be cool.
Shredded blinds, like the kind that roll down. And the light fixtures were different. They were real antique-y. You could tell. I'll send them to you guys. Yeah. And it was just so crazy. And I remember George getting after me because, I don't know, maybe the ghost possessed me. That's what it was. I wasn't dumb. The ghost possessed me to jump on top of the hatch that, you know how they still have the lever where they would hang the people and the doors would open? Well, I jumped on it and George goes, "Maddy, get off of there." That was all like, it was a ghost, Georgie. Mystery solved. It wasn't my
played the ghost card.
But
it's beautiful inside.
And you know what amazes me? And when I tell people about this place, the people at work and everything, I tell them they live there. And then the jail's on the other side, and it's like you're sleeping with all these inmates.
Yeah.
And what if they were to riot or something? But I mean, those doors are really, really, really strong. But you never know, man. You never know what kind of craziness can go on in their heads.
That's a great picture.
Yeah, this is our new album cover coming soon with Tony and Terry.
Yep.
So I love it. I love how the dining room was right there, and there's just that big heavy door. You open it, and there's the jail. You know what I mean? It's like, what if you're eating dinner and somebody just, it's crazy. It was crazy, and I love it. And everything's so compact. Like, were people smaller then? What,
Yes.
What was it?
People were smaller then. I mean, absolutely. They've proven that. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
That people were actually small. Like you look at the beds from like the 1800s or whatever during Western time, and people were very much smaller.
You can tell by looking at some of the mannequins where they have the dresses on and the shoes standing below, and it's like these people were like
teeny tiny,
just tiny waists, and it's just like, good grief.
Yeah.
Not now.
And I'm good. It's good. It's all good.
It is good.
And it seems like we're taller too now. I don't know.
Yeah.
Just grew everywhere.
Catherine's tall. I was all like, wow.
Yeah, I'm 5'8" for those who
Wow.
don't. And so if I'm wearing high heels, then I'll be 6 foot. No.
Ooh, sexy.
depending
I
on.
did not expect you to be that tall. I truly did not expect you to be that tall.
Oh yeah, no, I'm
I
tall.
was like, yeah, she's tall. She's
Yeah. Yeah, I remember in elementary, middle school, or whatever, I was always taller than all the guys and stuff, and so I'd always get picked on. They'd call me like those gargantuan women, in those movies, that big old like tall, like
Amazon
women.
women.
Yeah, that was me.
Oh,
Yeah. Well, I crushed them all, so it doesn't matter. Anyway.
Nice.
No.
Like Annette, I never knew how tall she was either till I
know.
met
I
her.
didn't realize that she was going to be that tall too.
I was like,
Yeah.
woo!
I love it.
That's funny.
Girl, Annette. That was probably the place to be, girl.
Hey! Oh no! Oh wow!
Oh my gosh!
She's a little one in the family. Goodness.
Jeez.
Well, it's 9:37.
Yeah. What you guys have coming up, real quick?
Yeah.
What's your next adventure?
Ooh, we're gonna go to that. What is it? Parapalooza. Parapalooza and
September.
Yes, and we're not gonna be hosting or doing anything there. We're just gonna go have fun with y'all.
Yeah. Woo!
I like that.
And 6 Cents, George's team, they're going to be over at the Black Swan Inn for their Paranormal Fest. They're going to have a booth out there, and that's going to be fun. And of course, we'll have Maddy talking smack.
Oh, of course.
Woo!
Excellent. That's where you can find how you can get a hold of them and find them.
Yeah. Talking smack.
Give them some love.
Yes. We do all kinds of crazy
if you
stuff.
want to get a hold of me, my number is if you want my number, I'm just not going to give it to you. I'm sorry. You cannot have my number.
Yeah, right.
Sorry.
Well, thank you guys for having us on. You guys are so cool.
My number
We love y'all.
Always enjoy it. Love you.
Yes, and y'all got to come on our show so we can talk.
Sure.
Yay.
Yeah. So,
well, thanks,
guys
everyone.
Catherine, introduce what we're going to do on our next show and wrap it up.
Yeah. So on August 21st, or wait, not 21st. It's the 20. No, wait a minute. It's the 17th. Hold on. First, second, third. Yeah, it's the 17th. August 17th, because it's the first and the third Thursday of every month is our show. So August 17th, we'll be going over our findings of what we got from, Emily Morgan, and then also what we got from the Wilson County Jailhouse Museum. And mostly from the Wilson County Jailhouse Museum, we'll talk about the little ghostly, should I say, we helped a ghost. Put it
awesome.
Yeah. So it was really cool, and our very first time experiencing that. So that was really exciting.
We'll probably even throw in a picture or two on our tattoo adventure.
Oh yes, we all got tattoos.
Yes, we did.
Can't see it. Here, I'll stand up. But
branded.
Yes. So we'll talk about that on the 17th during our next show. Yeah. And then Adam's ghost is being sucked up by a UFO. So, aliens do take ghosts too. No. But anyways, thanks you guys for joining. Everybody, it was awesome. This was
Thanks,
great.
everybody.
Good night, you guys.
Bye, y'all.
Thanks
Good night.
for watching. Good night.
Yay.